Everybody wanted to listen again. I said this either last week or yesterday. I can't remember when we talked too much. When somebody say they just won't let me be great, that is the worst thing I have ever heard. That is the worst thing. Let you be great normally means you doing something stupid. I don't want to hear that is the worst thing. And it sounds kind of cool. Oh, they just won't let me be great. Sit down somewhere and be great. Nobody ever wants to be great and make some money. Nobody ever wants to be great and become a millionaire or a billionaire. Nobody wants to be great doing that. They don't want to be doing some foolishness like some shacking or something before they holler, they won't let me be great. Just sit down somewhere.
And greatness is showing your whole bowhind on
yes. Because Sierra somewhere right now saying they mad because they won't let me be great. A relationship. Ooh, I want a relationship. Ooh, I want a relationship. But how do you know whether or not you're in a healthy one or not? And what is healthy? Well, today we're going to talk about that on the show. So y'all buckle up. Let's do it, sir.
To the topic of the discussion and hit the issues you typically find reluctant. Remove the facade to fill the gap with some substance. We undermining problems, expecting to overcome it. Please hold the applause. We doing it for the cause. People follow culture before they follow the laws. We rather face the friction and not attempt it at all. Persistence will find solutions once our contentment dissolves. There's a hard pill to swallow for anyone breathing. Both for folks who stay woke and those who be dreaming. We ain't slaves, yet we still ain't experienced freedom. What we need is the keys to access the kingdom. We're all in this fallen world trying to stay intact. I'm just a beggar pointing you out to where the bread is at. So follow the breadcrumbs like Hansel and Gretel. Thank Yogi Bear and the thought engineer for that on Talk Monday. It's Man Talk Monday. Woo!
What's going on, good people? Welcome back.
Party people in the house. What up, what up, what up?
We're back once again. This is Man Talk Mondays here doing it for you once again. I'm Derek, the thought engineer, my man, comedian John Yogi.
What it do, sir? What up?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
How's the weekend?
Oh, started off pretty good, but yeah, it got kind of
crazy.
Got kind of crazy, man. Got kind of crazy.
Got really crazy, man.
Yeah.
I guess with that being said, we want to send our prayers and condolences to some families over the weekend who had tragedies to happen. We had a couple of people to leave us this weekend. The Jones family. I want to pray for the Jones. Send our prayers out to the Jones family.
Yeah, definitely the Jones family. My wife, one of her sorority sisters, she passed as well. So listen, check on your people,
please,
man.
Please, when you check on
your people.
Check on us, please, y'all. Listen, don't nobody know they need to be checked on until you land in the floor, clutching your chest like I was. And I was thinking, have people been checking on me like they need to?
Who did call me this week? That's what runs across your mind.
You think it don't?
Oh, wow.
Dude, the first thing you think is, who the hell would I talk to that I should be talking to?
Oh, wow.
You know, I hadn't talked to my daughter in a while, because this is stuff you start thinking, man. And life is so precious, guys. If y'all don't get nothing else, life is really precious, man. And it's a gift. And we need to take it as such. We really do, man, because tomorrow's not promised.
Oh,
man.
my goodness. I mean, I can't fathom what would run across my mind, but yeah, man. I guess I could see that. Well, one thing about, just doing life, relationships is a part of life.
Yes.
Everybody wants somebody to love. Everybody wants somebody to love them.
Everybody needs somebody to love.
Oh, now you want to say.
I saw you fight it off. I saw you right there at the door.
I couldn't think of the song. I couldn't think of the song, man.
Door. I say he's not going to go to the door.
I could not think of the song. I was trying to, man. Appreciate you though. Get my back. That's what I'm talking about. I got my back. That's what I'm talking about.
You right there.
But I don't know, man. Tell me do you feel like people in the best place to do relationships these days?
See, this is the thing. I do, but I don't. Because I think we're kind of. I think I'm kind of judgy or judgmental when it comes to healthy relationships or not. Me and you kind of got into, it's not often that me and Derek disagree, but we had a pretty strong disagreement yesterday about this particular topic. So we're gonna need you to let Derek know that he's wrong today.
Oh man, I got to be wrong?
Because he wasn't listening to me. He was not listening to me. So what we want to do today, we want to make sure we let you guys know what's healthy and what's not healthy in a relationship. Because I've heard some things. As a matter of fact, I heard a girl say, I was in a toxic relationship. And she said, because the guy was trying to tell me what I should be wearing and what I shouldn't wear. And the guy said, well, you guys were in a relationship and he was trying to stop you from dressing like you were single.
Yeah.
And you left that relationship alone because you were not ready to be responsible and dress like an adult person.
Well, when you buy something, you usually take the price tag off when you get home.
I'm just
why
saying,
we advertising?
And he, and she called a relationship toxic, which leads me to believe now that people don't know what healthy relationships are and what's unhealthy.
Nah,
they don't have a clue.
No, they don't.
I used to think whatever you were willing to put up with was a healthy relationship, but that's not necessarily so.
No, that ain't healthy at all. And I think you can get too much in a place to where you keep accommodating the other person to the point you can accommodate it so much to where you lose a sense of who you are.
Okay.
And that ain't good. Ain't good for nobody.
Let's see. Well, my argument. My thing about relationships is this. Every relationship is different. For example, what necessarily I deal with in my relationship with my wife, Derek and Selena's relationship, his wife relationship is completely different from ours. Have you ever looked at somebody else's relationship and tried to use theirs as a barrier for what healthy and was healthy and what was unhealthy about relationships? Because if I'm judging my relationship by another person's, mine is unhealthy. I think whatever you can get to work for you and both of you guys are happy in that particular space, I think that's what is considered a healthy relationship, and that's what works.
I get it. You want to find what works for you and not judge it based on what's working for somebody else.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I get that. But you can be an active couple, and an active couple mean y'all take hikes, y'all do parachuting, do some.
You got the wrong couple.
You can't be active and fighting.
I'm talking about me and Cheryl. We're gonna watch that stuff on TV.
But I'm saying, even in your differences, you still gotta maintain a sense of health as far as your relationship goes.
Absolutely, you do.
Or else things just gonna get too crazy.
You are right. You are right.
And man, we seeing right now, man, we seeing so much. Oh man, it's animosity. I don't see how men and women even getting together with so much animosity between men and women these days.
There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on, and this. So you trying to make me go somewhere I don't want to go. I'm not going down because I want to ask the question: what has happened? What has happened to? I don't want to ask this question. It's just why we don't. How did men and women get in the state that we got in? How are the single people blaming the lack of relationships on each other, when I think both of us have share equal responsibility in relationships, working or not working?
You're right. We both share equal responsibility, but in sharing responsibility, people have to take responsibility.
Oh, nobody wants to take none.
Nobody want to take responsibility.
No, nobody wants to take none.
So if I'm constantly blaming you, you constantly blaming me, we ain't gonna never. You know what I'm saying? It's true.
It's true. We're not gonna. This thing is not gonna never work.
It ain't working. People sure having a lot of sex though. But it not to be working. It's all some babies be.
perhaps the sex is used to try to get the an unhealthy relationship healthy. Because if their relationship is unhealthy, what other thing do women have to try to control the relationship or get the relationship back on track but sex?
Oh wow!
Because if a guy is not, if he out there doing him and not doing, and the relationship is not going in the direction you want it to go on, what else can I? Let me see. If I'm a woman, what can I do? What am I sitting on that I probably could make this thing work? What is down here that I probably could use to make this relationship go the way I want it to go? And it's sex.
So is sex more of a manipulation or is it more a medication? You try to medicate the relationship with sex. Charlene get put the bug eyes on you. You're like, wow. She got the bug eyes. Yeah. So is it medication or was it manipulation?
I won't say it's a combination of both, but for the sake of answering, I'm gonna say medication. Because if I can get you in here and just make you settle down for a few minutes, then perhaps I can control you and make you do some of the things I want you to do. But oftentimes that doesn't work for the length of period that you needed to work for. I need to work for the relationship. It doesn't do that.
Well, let me tell you, if the only time y'all get along is when y'all on y'all backs, y'all got a problem. That's a serious problem. I don't know how you feel about that. I think it's a problem. If that's the only time y'all get along, that is a problem.
Well, that is a problem. But the crazy thing about sex is we often give sex way more credence than we should. When you're younger, I'm going to give you young guys, I'm going to give y'all 45 minutes. Okay, I'm going to give you 45 minutes. I'm going to give you a mood today. Matter of fact, I may even give you an hour. I'm going to give you an hour. Just for the sake of calculation, I'm going to give you an hour. That still is 23 hours. The rest of that day, you have to deal with that particular person, man. That's 23 more hours that we got to get along.
Yeah.
And most of the times we don't like each other like that. Most time we don't like each other like that. We should, but we don't most of the time.
Yeah. Let me tell you, this is what we're talking about, y'all. We're talking about relationships, hell or healthy. That's what we're talking about tonight. Relationships, hell or healthy.
Like, share, subscribe.
Make sure you, send it out to your people. Let them know what you're listening to. Also, let us know where you're watching from as well. We want to know where you're watching from. We're just curious. We want to know. So drop that in the comments. Let us know where you're watching from. All those who are watching right now, just drop us your city. Let us know where you're watching from. Relationships, hell or healthy. I think we have more hell than anything. I
think the hell is harder to hide than the healthy. For example, how many examples of healthy relationships do we see in public, in the media, in social media?
Yeah.
Name one.
Oh man. And you know what? I can't because we probably recognize some that other people don't. When what I'm saying is
we're looking for something to do though.
Right, because we're not in that dating scene, so our eyes are a little bit more clear.
Mm-hmm.
But I think people look at people's celebrity and they think just because people are together, things working.
You know, Rihanna and A$AP Rocky is his name. That appears to be working.
That's what I'm saying. That's because we only see them in front of a camera.
Every time I see she's pregnant, which leads me to believe. They
medicating a lot. They doing some medicating.
It seems to be working.
Let's check out the people real quick. Yolanda says, she says, hey, y'all, it's been a while. It has been a while. You've been hiding from your people. Good to have you here, though. We got Miss Sophia. She's in New York City. Miss Sophia is in New York City.
She's doing in New York.
Yolanda is in Jackson, Mississippi. Wow. Oh, man, we got Mr. Steven from Rayford, North Carolina.
Wow.
Rayford, North Carolina. And we got Miss Shantae Atkins, and she's in Dallas.
Oh, Shantae, what's up? What's up, Shantae? Shantae over in Oak Cliff.
Not the Cliff.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on, Shantae?
We also got Latasha. She said from Lil Elm, Texas. Can't say little M, gotta say little M.
Look at
Little M. Ms. Albany, what's going on? Pia said, did I hear you just say screw New York?
I know, no. We don't know where our sponsors live you coming from, so I'm not going to say.
Oh, okay,
no,
okay.
I said, what are you doing in New York? I might have said it faster than most people do, but I said, what were you doing in New York? No, screw you, New York. No, not unless you're a Giants or a New York Yankee fan. Then I might say that.
So healthy or hell relationships. How are people dealing with relationships these days? To your question, where are we taking our cues from? I think shows like Housewives and Love and Hip Hop, and I think it's killing us, man.
That is the worst. That is the worst. But you know, we do that too much because we don't have examples that are out in front of everybody. I think we take our examples from wherever we can get them. We don't even care no more. I don't care. I don't care who gives me an example now. I just want one. First of all, I want to be in a relationship, and then I'm just gonna do what. For example, me and Derek seem to have a disagreement about Ciara and her husband. What's his name?
Russell
Wilson.
Yeah. I was going to say Westbrook. Russell Wilson. The relationship to me appears to be working. They having kids. She looks happy. He looks happy on occasion. He didn't look happy. What? He didn't look happy with the naked picture she took, and she wasn't exactly naked, but was she naked? She wasn't naked. Pretty much. Now, my wife tried to say it was the theme of the show and all this type of stuff, but I'm like, any guys out there watching right now, any guys, let me know. Would you have been cool with your wife, your girl, wearing what Ciara had on? Okay, just let me know. Any guys out there, let me know.
But the problem that guys are going to have, most of us wives are not built like Ciara. You asked me would I have a problem? Yes, I would have a problem, Miss Lewis. You want them to see all that. You want all that in it.
Right.
Ciara has been working out for the last 6 months for something.
But did it take that though?
But it worked, Derek. Again, it works for them. I can't sit up when I look at her. I can say I'm old fashioned, and I can admit it. Oh, I don't know if that'll work for me. Hey man, these people are doing different new things, and if it works, and if he cool with it, I'm cool with it. Will and Jada, it looked like they're the craziest couple in the world, but that appears to work for them. Now, who am I to say whether or not their relationship is healthy or not? Because both of them crazy, but it appears their relationship is working. So does that constitute it being healthy?
Let me get Afia says no. Ciara was doing too much. She has the body for it, but I think it was screaming desperate.
But how would you know if she got the body for it if you don't get to see it?
Yolanda says she's an entertainer.
That's what they do. They get naked. You trying to remember? Ciara is trying to stay relevant, guys. And that's what entertainment people do. Listen, when he met her, she was putting off her clothes when he met her. Why you want me to put on turtlenecks now?
Because when you buy whatever it is, you take the price tag off.
You should.
Steven says he did not look happy with that dress
he didn't.
She had on. Yes, I would definitely have a problem with the dress. It's being in entertainment an excuse though.
But is it more about the dress though? Because it's big. Because this is bigger than the dress though, Derek. This is way bigger than the dress.
Mm-hmm.
When you come out of that room in the back, first of all, she on her side, she got her closet, she dressing on her side. I'm on my side. I'm putting on my tuxedo. I'm getting Dapper Dan. And we normally meet in the mirror, in the middle with the mirrors, and we talk about what we got on, how we looking. I come out, I say, "Hey, babe, can you help me with this bow tie?" And she step up, and I look, and she's got on this net thing that's covered that ain't covering much. Conversation is had right there. Where is the conversation? It don't even get outdoor. Where the conversation had right there? You got to put something under that or something.
Tarsha says that was a bit much, Ciara. Okay, all right. She an entertainer. He is too.
Yes.
Why he ain't go in a loincloth or something?
And he very well could have. He's a
match her, you know what I'm saying?
He's a professional athlete, but he's supposed to be, and this is where it gets tricky.
Okay, all right.
He's supposed to be a believer.
Mm.
Now, because he's a believer, we're supposed to be the example of the world. We're not supposed to. And guys, I normally don't go religion. I don't. But in this particular case, they are supposed to be believers, and you're supposed to set the example and not allow the world to affect you in your house. But
hey,
look like the world I got in.
She didn't have to wear that to show people she was bad. Aubrey says, "Keep it classy, CC. Leave the lingerie for the bedroom. It was plenty of celebrity wives that were fully clothed and looked just as classy and sexy, but with taste." I agree. Absolutely.
But who said that? Who said that?
It was Aubrey.
So Aubrey, let me make sure I pronounce your name correct. Thank you for listening. Like, share, subscribe. Okay. But let me say this. If you were in entertainment, could you wear something like that, Aubrey? I'm curious. If you had the body for it, would you wear something like that? Because let's start there. Would you wear something like that if you were single? Would you wear something like that? I'm curious. How many women would wear something like that if they were single?
And that's what I'm saying. Single and married. They not just dating. She married. Not single. I'm like, you know what I'm saying?
She got kids.
Yeah, and then too being
well, okay. But see, my point about that is, to me, it doesn't matter whether you're single or married. You should be you should dress classy anyway, because most of the time, again, men know what we want to marry and we know who we want to sleep with. Come on.
Yeah.
And if you preferring to be classy rather than assy, then normally that's what we want to take home.
Steven says Russell and Cece didn't pray before she put their dress on.
No, no praying. Wasn't no praying about that.
Yolanda said, right, it's bigger than the dress. When it was Beyonce, it wasn't a problem. The fellas have a problem with Russell.
Wait a minute.
Oh, okay.
Let me tell you something.
You want to kick a hornet's nest now, boy.
I'm just saying. Beyonce dressed like that before?
I think there were several women who had sheer style dresses on. Beyonce being another married woman, then, Beyonce ain't no Christian, though, despite what everybody think.
Well, let me say this. If Beyonce had it on like Sierra, if they wore the same dress, I believe that Beyonce would be getting the same scrutiny that Sierra getting.
You think so?
I don't know why she wouldn't. Both of them are married.
But like you said, Russell and Sierra supposed to be that's good Christian couple.
Good wholesome
Christian couple.
But I don't want that to be the noose we put around their neck to judge them by, though. Man, that's my thing. Whoa. Because if it sounds like that's what I'm doing, back that up, because that's not what I'm trying to do. Okay. I want to be careful. I don't listen. John has no listen. I do enough stuff on the day-to-day where if we was hanging folk, I'd have been about. So I'm just saying this. I'm not. I didn't bring that up for us to judge them. Try to even hold them accountable for that, because that's not for me to do. I'm simply saying this. I would have expected. But then why would you expect more from her? What has she done up until this point to make you say, no, she won't do that. She better than that. What has she done? She ain't done nothing. She ain't done nothing.
She say it was about attention?
That's all it could have been about. But she has not done anything to make me think better of her than she would have thought of herself. She has not done anything.
Latarsha agreed with. She says, looks like she wanted some attention or something, because why else would she wear something like that on her husband's side? And see, this is the thing, people are reading into it, because we saw the picture with Russell standing right beside her. We saw the look on his face. He looked like when your mama try to make you eat them greens and she say, if you don't that you don't like, she trying to force you to eat them greens you don't like, and you better be happy about it. He did not look happy.
No,
he didn't look like, man, check my wife out. You know what I'm saying? He didn't look like that. He looked like he was, the conversation at the house was, where you going with that?
That's what he looked like.
Where you going with that? You playing? I am. So I'm going out there, and and he couldn't stop her.
So, okay. So with that being said, so is it possible that we can look at their relationship and tell whether or not it's healthy or not? Or
No.
is he having hell trying to keep up with her?
I think he having some hell. Aubrey says at my age and single, no, I would not wear an outfit like that. You are asking for the wrong attention and maybe even attracting the wrong man. Now, if it was with my girls on a girls trip, possibly. Well, husband ain't around. Hey, them girls trips gonna get y'all in trouble.
She told her, maybe. No, baby. That's what you wear with the girls.
Because when you healthy relationships, how do you know? How do you know you in a healthy relationship? How do you know? So we're gonna give y'all some signs of a healthy relationship, and we're gonna talk about some signs of an unhealthy relationship. So sign number one, you're at a comfortable pace. Nobody feels pressured or rushed. Nobody is dragging their feet.
About what?
About commitment, about where you are in relation to commitment. One person is not too far ahead of the other one and putting demands on them. My whatever birthday coming up, and I would like to be married by this. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so wait, so if you get ready to be 50 and you want to be married, and the guy you dating has not asked you to marry him yet, so is that an unhealthy relationship? And you want to be married by 50? Is that because now you're getting ready to start pulling him somewhere that he may not be ready to go? Is that healthy or unhealthy? Because that sounds like an unhealthy relationship.
Yeah. That sound
okay. So it's unhealthy in this regard as well. If you get to an age or a number that you want to be married by, and you're dating someone that doesn't have a clue about that relationship is probably unhealthy, because you guys aren't on the same page as far as what the future looks like for you two, not just for you or him, but for you too. If you try to be married by a certain time and he don't have a clue or she don't have a clue, then that's, I would dare to say, that's unhealthy.
And then too, if you trying to be married by a certain time, you can't wait till it's almost that time to start getting people or dating or whatever, you know what I'm saying, trying to search. You can't sit up there and be distracted by other things, you know what I'm saying? Because that type of stuff take time, man.
Well, it's just tough, man. Because if you if you're in a routine with somebody and y'all acting like y'all married as far as the sex and everything, and then you want to be married by a certain time, it just makes it difficult, because most guys are creatures of habit. If we've been having sex and all of a sudden you want to pull the sex up because you want me to marry you by a certain time, you're trying to control me with the sex. Mm-hmm. Whereas I think a conversation is needed, because if you're trying to control me with the sex, we're headed towards an unhealthy relationship, because I'm going to feel like you holding you the Taliban, and you holding me hostage. you're holding that thing in the cloth hostage.
He said in the cloth. Andrea says that should be communicated prior, right? So the expectations do need to be communicated.
Yes.
As far as, you know what I'm saying, the pace.
And to that point, that is really, really important, because normally what happened is we mention it, but it's not clearly talked about. And all of a sudden, because those numbers get up on you really, really quick. You look up and you was 30 when you started dating, and now you're 45. And it's like, I want to be married with some kids by the time I was 45. Now you're 44 and 12 and 11 months and 3 days. It's like, I got to the end of the month. Say, man, it goes for time. It goes fast. All
right. Another sign is trust. You're confident the other person won't do anything to hurt you or ruin the relationship. They don't test your loyalty. She ain't sending her girlfriend over to see how you
Ooh.
gonna react
Ooh,
if
don't
she
do
make a
that.
pass.
Ooh, don't be playing no game. Don't play no game. Don't play no game. Don't play no games because most of the time you don't have to. Most of the time, you know that person whether or not you can trust that person, or not.
Mm-hmm.
And you know whether or not he has your best interest at heart, or vice versa. Because everybody wants somebody to love them. What's the song? I'm getting the song mixed up. Teddy P.
Oh, feels so good loving somebody when
Yes.
somebody love you back.
I'm just saying. Mm-hmm.
Anthony says, is it wrong to want to live in separate establishments while in a relationship, or should your significant other have a problem with it? In a relationship, and not married, right? We're talking about dating, living in separate places.
Well, you want to shack.
Right.
If we should be shacking.
Yeah, are you talking about somebody wants to shack and the other person don't believe in shacking? Let us know if that's what you're saying.
Because I think, man, you know what? It's hard out here. Rent is really expensive, and I really could understand somebody saying, "Hey, man, hey, look, maybe we could live together." But I'm old fashioned. I'm old fashioned in the way to where. But you know, let me step out my high horse. As old fashioned as I am, that is what people do now. But the problem is, you got to, before you enter into something like that, you got to make sure everybody's on the same page about where we want the relationship to go. Because
right.
guys, it's funny if we start playing married and doing all of the married stuff. Normally, it takes a little while for the ring to come because we're playing married. So you got to be careful at who you play married with. Yep.
Because I've seen that happen. They move in, they get comfortable, they get settled, and then you're supposed to still try to have this wedding and this reception and the honeymoon. Yeah. And they already getting.
Are y'all having sex?
You moving in together?
So if you having sex, look, I'm trying to be as real as I can. But first, you gotta like, share, subscribe. Okay.
I like what you did there. I like that.
But I'm trying to be as real as I can, guys. The more sex you do, the more it muddies up the water in relationship.
Boy,
dude,
some serious mud.
Dude, it's especially if you want marriage out of the relationship. If you women, if you want a guy, listen, okay. So my wife, I often talk about my wife, Cheryl. So my wife was in college, and she said she's with a friend of hers, and the girl was not having sex. And she told my wife, she says, so any man that wants me is going to have to wait until I'm a queen and my king is going to have to wait for me. And I know I sound old fashioned. I know y'all having some sex right now listening. I know y'all. So stop it. Cut it out. I'm simply saying, ladies, you have to be willing to stand for something. You guys are more than worth a guy, your king. Oftentimes when you start having sex, man, how many people you got to have? How many wrong people are we going to have sex with before we get to the right one? Is that a chance you're willing to take? Because more times than not, man, it just, okay, go ahead, D. I'm sorry.
Get a couple of comments. Afia says, oh, I'm definitely not shacking. She says, been there, done that. Christiana says,
well, wait.
Hold up, you back up? All right.
Back up. But tell me what's wrong with that? Because I sound like old Papa telling y'all not do it. I want somebody who has done it to tell me what's wrong with it. What's wrong with it? Tell me, Ophelia, what's wrong with it? What's wrong with shacking? Why you shouldn't be shacking? Because you've done it. You got the t-shirt. Tell me about it.
Oh, Christiana says, well, I want to be married and in separate homes.
What?
She says she want to be married and in separate homes.
I don't understand.
She want to be married, but they live in separate houses. They get together occasionally, but they married.
What they do? Even Ricky and Ricky and Lucius live in separate beds, but they was in the same house.
In the same house. You know what I'm saying?
And who's gonna pay for both of those houses?
Right. Steven says, don't play house if you're not ready to get married. Christiana said, ooh. Okay.
Is that Christina? Is that our Christina?
I don't know. It might be. It says Christiana. I'm saying Christiana. It could be Christina. Okay. I don't know. She says we can be neighbors. LOL.
Yeah, how about that? How about y'all be neighbors?
But now that's something, and we'll get into that another time, man. But this whole traditional versus new, I don't believe in it. I think no. Third sign. We said it's honesty. Honesty. You can be truthful without fearing how the other person will respond. It's the signs of a healthy relationship. Honesty. You can be truthful without fearing how the other person is going to respond.
Okay, so I remember this TikTok. This girl said, "Okay, tell me the truth. Tell me the truth.
Right?
Did you sleep with that girl? Tell me the truth. I ain't gonna hit you. I promise I ain't gonna hit you." And he looked and he said, "Yeah, I slept with her." And then she commenced to raising her foot up this high and trying to kick his chest out his back. And I said, "But you told him that you weren't gonna get mad and hit him, and you tried to kill him." I think in honesty, we got to know that people have our best interests at heart.
Yeah.
Dude, in any relationship, you got to believe he want what's best for me and I want what's best for him. And I think if you guys aren't on that same page, then that relationship will be classified as unhealthy.
Yeah. No, you're right. And yes, that is Christina. She says, yes, me.
Where she been anyway? She been gone for the where she been?
She got fancy with her name now.
Yeah. Like she's Spanish.
All right.
Everybody.
The fourth sign of a healthy relationship is self-determination or independence. You have an existence outside of the relationship, and the other person is supportive of your hobbies, friendships, family, and coworkers. Uh-oh.
That's a lot.
That's a lot?
Well, which goes to show it's important that you have your own life before you can really be in a relationship with somebody else. Because if they are your whole life, then that relationship is going to be unhealthy. Would you not agree?
Yeah. No, I agree. Anthony says, he said, no, it's not a problem. But when it comes to whose name is on the property or some circumstances, it can turn to one. Going back to the shacking. Yeah. Yeah. That marriage does have some legal implications that kind of help solve some of them problems sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So definitely. Latasha says, I shacked before. It was not the right choice. He got married benefits on steroids. Woo, she said on steroids. And I wasted my time completely. After I said, move it, he was never going to marry me. Move in. He said he was never going to marry me. After that, I placed a lock on myself until marriage. Signed, I was toe up. She said, signed, I was toe up. Listen, because one thing I heard somebody say this, and it rings true. We put rules on the people we don't like. When you start compromising your standards, you probably need to tell listen, I'm considering going against the things that I said I wasn't gonna do, and tell your friends so they can, you know what I'm saying? How people, when you go into the coal mine and stuff, they used to have something on you so they can pull you out, tie something around you,
so you drag out.
Right? So they can drag. Because that's how you know emotionally you getting in too deep. When you start to compromise standards that you say you have, next time I get in a relationship, I ain't gonna do this. I ain't gonna do this. I ain't gonna do this. And then
if I can say,
yeah,
you know why we do that?
Why we do that?
Because we know we don't have them like we want to, and we're willing to go the extra. Maybe if I just go the extra 2 or 3 miles, maybe he'll come around like I wanted to. Before he moved in, she knew. Listen, first of all, if you got to talk a guy into moving in with you, hey, come on, move in with me. Come on. Because now you feel like you can get, if I can get him in here with me like this, I can control the narrative and I can get him to love me like I want him to.
Yeah.
Love is a choice when we're dating. Yeah. There's nothing you can do to manipulate that man or manipulate that woman to make that woman love you, no matter how good the sex is, no matter how good none of that is. If they don't want to love you, they're not going to love you.
Right.
And we normally find that part out too late.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Because we didn't compromise.
Love is a choice.
It is. Absolutely. Stephen said everybody want to test drive, but don't want to buy the car. Tasha said, right, D. But my friends knew that was not me, but didn't help me. Then you had no friend. There wasn't no friends. There wasn't no friends.
Well, you know why friends don't. Well, this is one thing I've noticed. This is one thing I know about people. People don't say nothing because they don't want you to say nothing when they doing it.
Oh, okay.
If I hold you accountable in your relationship, when I'm in mine, I ain't gonna want you to say nothing because I want to do me too. Everybody want to do. Listen again. I said this either last week or yesterday. I can't remember. We talked too much. When somebody say they just won't let me be great, that is the worst thing I have ever heard. That is the worst thing. Let you be great normally means you doing something stupid. I don't want to hear. That is the worst thing. And it sounds kind of cool. Oh, they just won't let me be great. Sit down somewhere and be great. Nobody ever wants to be great and make some money. Nobody ever wants to be great and become a millionaire or a billionaire. Nobody wants to be great doing that. They don't want to be doing some foolishness like some shacking or something before they holler, they won't let me be great. Just sit down somewhere.
And greatness is showing your whole bowhind on.
Yes. So Sierra somewhere right now saying they mad because they won't let me be great.
So I said, okay, John.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was talking about this yesterday. That's the worst thing that could happen. People said they won't let me be great. Well, that normally means something foolish.
Yeah. That's typically some foolishness coming along with it.
Absolutely. Yes.
Tim says, more like I can keep a closer eye on him. Oh, Tim said, you trying to move me in so you can watch him.
Well, you trying to control him.
Oh, because you know he out there. You know.
Well, first of all, if I'm gonna invite you to live with me, you is in them streets. The streets is calling. As a matter of fact, you in the streets so bad, the streets calling you when we sitting together eating or something, your phone won't stop ringing.
Oh, yeah.
And I got to do something. What can I do? What do I have on me to make this man do right? Wait, hold on. Wait, there it is. Oh, there it is.
Oh, okay.
That is. I need to get him in the house.
Boy.
Because I can't control him out in them streets.
So can't. All right, man. Number 5, the fifth sign. We got 10 of them. Fifth sign is respect. Yes. Boundaries are communicated and respected. Your values and beliefs and opinions are valued.
Yes.
Talk about respect. Boundaries. You don't compromise a person's boundary. Listen, if she says, I don't want to do this, as a man, you don't try to figure out how to get her to do it. Vice versa.
Yeah.
Vice versa.
Yeah, but Well, see,
the wheels turning over here, man. The wheels turning. What you got?
I'm simply saying most of the time in relationships, if somebody is trying to make the other person love them the way they feel about them. And so at that point, I'm willing to compromise all boundaries because I have to make you feel about me the way I do you. And it's easy for me to say women do this all the time, but that's not necessarily the case. Yeah. Guys will. I know I had this girl that and if I'm smiling, don't think about don't look at my face. So
reminisce sober the love we had.
I'm not smiling. I'm just thinking she was really good to me, but she wasn't no good for me. And no matter what I was trying to do, I could never make her love me the way that I felt about her.
I feel like I need some music behind you.
Well, it's funny because it didn't start out that way. It was her chasing me at first, and then eventually it kind of turned. And when it turned, it's like, man, you realizing that in that space, it ain't nothing that I won't do to try to get her to love me the way I do her. And when you realize it ain't, when you say to yourself, it ain't nothing that I won't do to get them to love me like that, you probably need to bring some friends in to hold you down,
boy.
Because that's what we are a lot of times in relationships, D.
Yep. I want to spread the news. That if it feels this good being
Well, you reach
used,
back on that
oh, you just keep on using
one.
me.
Bro, what you talking? Bro,
Hey, them cats used to be telling the truth about some stuff,
and we was
boy.
playing with them. We thought they were playing with us.
Boy, for real, they
Bro.
was not playing. We need to just go back and just listen.
They were trying to tell us.
Man, they was trying to tell us.
Mhm.
All right, number six is equality. Everyone puts in the same effort into the success of the relationship.
If you can get her, you gonna really have the relationship. You can get her. You get equality in the relationship. Yes.
All right. Number seven is kindness. You seek the best for the other person.
See there.
This is healthy relationships.
That's healthy relationship.
10
Yes.
signs of a healthy relationship.
Yes.
Number 8, taking responsibility, owning your actions and words, not placing blame on the other person, and admitting when you make a mistake.
This must not be for black women.
oh.
Black.
I'm watching the comments. I'm looking for the
My
comments.
black sisters are not taking responsibility for Nathan. Do you hear me? I say Nathan. You know Nathan him. They're
Nathan.
not taking Nathan. I'm like, what? Why? What? Just admit you wrong so we can move on. They're not taking responsibility. That must have went out in the 70s because they're not doing it in the 2000s. That's just me. Go ahead. That's just me.
Adria said, hold on now.
You know I'm telling the truth.
She said, I will too. Okay. All right. We got to ask your husband and see what he say about that.
Mhm.
Monique says, and our black men are taking responsibility. We ain't got no choice. we take responsibility for stuff that ain't our fault. Because we got to.
But I don't want to start nothing.
It's called covering.
I don't want ladies, my black women, I love y'all. I'm just, but that's the truth. I ain't taking it back because that's the truth. I ain't taking it back. Nope. Any other time I take it back, I ain't taking it back. Y'all are not taking no responsibility.
See, I knew they was coming. The first time first of all, you can feel the neck roll in there, right? First of all, you can feel the neck roll in there.
Absolutely, I can.
All right, number nine. Let's see, Harvey, this number. This hit me. All right, number 9. Healthy conflict. Discussing differing opinions and viewpoints without attacking the other person's character in the effort to come to an understanding or agreement, not fighting.
You ain't gotta be talking about my mama and all that. You ain't
Oh,
gotta
man.
keep my Duke out of this.
That's why your mama.
You know what I'm saying?
Anytime it get there, this is not conflict anymore. This is a fight.
We fight now. Yes,
This is, and I tell people, when you have conflict, you are actually discussing your viewpoints and your opinions. When it starts getting to the point where it becomes about the person and not the viewpoint, now it becomes a fight. And the objective of a fight is to win. That's the objective of a fight. And the person who willing to hit below the belt the hardest,
is the one that's gonna
typically
win.
the one that's gonna win.
Yes.
Because somebody end up typically pulling up.
Yeah. Normally the guy. Normally.
Yeah. Normally. I know some women out there might feel like, guys go for the
everyone I'm
judge.
listening to this show.
Oh man.
They lied on me.
Oh man. We could say no and say it just like that. No. And then you swear you shot him. You swear you shot him. Babe, I'm so
Why you being mean?
No, babe.
Why you being mean? Yes, exactly.
Yeah. It's like that. All right. Number 10 for healthy relationships. 10 signs. Number 10 is fun. Purposefully looking for ways to unwind together.
And not separately. No.
Right.
This needs to be said.
Right.
Because if you continuously unwinding away from each other, wait till I get with the boys, or I got to go do this, or I got to do that, or vice versa. If she's doing it and y'all constantly have to be away from each other and unwind, there may be a problem there.
Yeah.
There may be something wrong there because, man, at the end of the day, y'all are all each other has.
Right.
And if y'all are constantly looking for ways to be away from each other, then there is an issue.
Yeah. No. When you need a vacation from your person.
Well, the crazy thing about
that's a problem.
most of the time we don't realize how much we don't like each other because we have kids. Because the kids take all your time. You don't have no time for nothing else. And by the time the kids get ready to graduate, you realize it's just you and her, and now y'all got to get along with each other. And you realize I can't stand her, or I can't stand him.
Right.
And now that's why people can get divorced after 20, 30 years of marriage, because now they have to start dealing with each other, and they don't really like each other like that, or they don't know each other like that, because the kids have been a shield for the relationship.
I wonder how it works. Like if you come in and as soon as you come in, you already got kids, or as soon as you get in, the kids come.
Tough,
I wonder when the kids go, how tougher is it than if you didn't have kids at first. You had time to spend time together, get to know each other. Then kids come, they leave. Now you have a sense. I wonder if there's any statistics out there about that. Just curious.
Well, I know it's a lot more difficult when you have kids as soon as relationships start. Because, for example, remember when I hate to call names because y'all might know, so I'm not gonna call no name because y'all gonna show no. But I just remember a relationship where the lady had a little boy, and she got married, and then she got pregnant and had twins.
Mm-hmm.
How difficult the relationship was because they didn't have a chance to love on each other,
right,
before kids were involved. I think as much as I love kids, as much as I love children, I just think I think 2 years after you get married, it would be helpful with no kids,
right, and
which would get you ready for after the kids leave the house, because most of the time, man, that woman is trying to find something or find herself after those kids leave the house anyway.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. All right. So real quick, we're going to run down 10 signs of an unhealthy. This is unhealthy relationship.
I'm not going to interrupt.
This is 10 signs of an unhealthy relationship. No, man, because we need to get your opinion too. All right. So number 1, intensity. People have very extreme feelings. I can't live without you, or some kind of over the top behavior.
Yeah, you need to start running.
Yeah, man.
Because they'll hurt you.
Oh, yeah.
They'll hurt you or somebody else about you. Mm-hmm.
Listen, I know the songs sound good. We love to hear the songs. I can't sleep. I can't.
They lying. They lying.
They lie in.
They lying. Yeah.
Lie in.
That ain't helped. That ain't helped at all.
What's the quote they said? What, music and movies are the lies we tell about love.
Yes, absolutely. I remember one time I was dating this girl from New York, and I was scared of her.
Uh-oh. Somebody from New York.
I was scared.
What's her name? Afia might know. See if Afia knows. Let's see it.
It's too small of a world, number one.
Right.
Oh man, they were, New York people. Let me see how to say this right.
You listen to right, Afia?
New York is kind of, Texas people are we kind of passive. Ain't nothing passive about New York people.
Southerns, yeah.
We kind of
that's Southern culture versus the Northern culture. Yeah.
Oh man, that New York thing is something special, brother. I was scared of her. I thought she really hurt me or do something bad to me.
Yeah, she probably would. Number two, possessiveness. They jealous to a point where they try to control your every move.
Huh.
What you think?
Most controlling though. Ain't that controlling? Most women that I know are very controlling. My wife is very controlling. No. And I don't know if she tried to.
But I think it's not. It's more. It's a form of control, but I think it's where they can't stand to see you having fun with nobody else but them. I must have texted some.
First of all, my wife Cheryl is the fun police. If she see me having fun or think I'm having fun somewhere, she's gonna show up and say, woo, 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 woo. Come get in the car, come go home. You seem like you having fun away from me. No,
right.
No woman wants you having fun away from them.
Oh, wow.
No woman.
But it don't gotta be away from them. It could be you could be in a group, you know what I'm saying? Y'all having a good time and they like sitting over there with a boot in their mouth because you over there because wherever table I am, it's a party on the table where I am.
And she's sitting across over there like this. Y'all keep that down over there. Y'all having too much fun over there.
Right. All right. Number 3 is manipulation. Controlling your decisions, actions, or emotions. Manipulation. Well, number 4. You got are you good? All right. Number 4 is isolation. Keeps you away from others that support and love you.
You know, that's isolation. That's the big one. That's the big one. Because how do we let somebody come in? But now, if we love them enough, we will let them do that to us.
And see, I want to say we love them enough. I want to say we're desperate to hold on to them enough.
Oh wow!
Because that's not love. Where you start to get rid of everybody listening to this knucklehead, and you cutting everybody off to try to appease them, and then once they get you cornered, now abuse starts happening and all this type of stuff. They don't want nobody that supports you to give you common sense about the relationship.
Next time you see me, you talking about I had failed.
Right.
You fell in both eyes.
You fell on 2 fists and hit me. No, you need to keep a support around you.
Yes.
And once somebody is starting to try to pull you away from that, hey, that's unhealthy.
Like, share, subscribe.
That is unhealthy. All right. Number 5 is sabotage. They try to ruin your reputation, achievements, or success.
Wow. I think Mary J. Blige's husband was doing that too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he was doing something like that too.
Yeah. But I don't know. Somebody doing that in a relationship, I can see doing it after, because people just try to, but doing it in a relationship.
Yes,
I think it kind of goes back to isolation too.
And that's when you want out though. When you start doing that, you're trying to get out of the relationship.
Yeah. Number 6 is belittling. Saying or doing things to make you feel bad about yourself or question your worth.
Yeah, that is a really big one. Because, but it's funny this was crazy about this particular one right here. When you're around your friends, because if they're doing some of this stuff, they don't just do it to you, they do it in front of people. Yeah. And people are sitting there looking, and where it makes the whole table kind of awkward. Why are you talking to her like? Because now I gotta hear it when I get in the car. I don't like the way you talking to her. You know what I'm saying? It makes it awkward when they don't just do it at home, when they do it in front of you. Because you can't isolate it to home. They're gonna do this everywhere. Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right. And you want to say something, but the bad thing about saying something is that person ends up defending.
They're gonna jump on you.
Yeah. It's like both of y'all stupid. You deserve each other. Both of y'all stupid. All right. Number 7. Number 7. Guilting. Making you feel responsible for their actions and makes you feel it's your job to keep them happy.
You made me do that.
Right. You know, I heard it on movies. I've never really been around an abuser. Somebody who just put their hands on them. I've never really been around it.
Well, now that's the thing. The abuse is just not physical, because I think that's what we identify with more than anything is physical. But I think there is I was gonna say spiritual, not spiritual. You know, that's when you're too church. You just been in church too much. You just been in church too much. Mentally.
Yeah.
I think when someone can beat you down by just saying stuff to you, and that's way more effective than them putting their hands on you.
Yeah.
Because you got to take that with you.
You're right. You know, you said being in church too. I remember this beer. I'm getting off subject for a minute. I was at a work thing, at a work function, and the president of the company was talking. He did his little speech, and at the end, I said, "Amen." I was like, oh my goodness, I need a vacation from church. Just thought about that when you said that.
Oh boy.
Oh man, it was a trip too. I looked around to see if nobody heard me though. I was like, "Amen." You know what I'm saying?
You have been churched a little too much.
Oh man.
When you finish up your sentences with amen at the end of it. Yes.
All right. 10 signs of an unhealthy relationship. Number 8, volatility. Unpredictable reactions that scare or intimidate you.
Wow.
Volatility. Listen, if they go from 0 to 10 at the drop of a hat, you might need to watch out. You might need to watch out. They're a little bit too intense. Definitely going to watch out. Number 9, deflecting responsibility. Always making excuses for their bad behavior and poor decisions.
Wow. That's a good one.
Yeah.
You know, all of them are important, but some of them are more important than others.
Right.
That deflecting responsibility is because that can be detrimental to the relationship.
Oh man.
Like all the stuff can on here, but some more than others, I believe.
You can't change something you won't take ownership for. So if somebody's deflecting, they're never in a position to change. So you basically are dealing with somebody they're making it comfortable, at least in their own mind, for them to stay the way they are. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And number 10, talk about the 10 signs of an unhealthy relationship. Number 10, betrayal, disloyal, or acts in an intentionally dishonest way.
Intentional mean you was trying to do it.
Right.
You went searching.
Right.
He walked by. You saw him. He was 6'2", green eyes, and you knew you was in a relationship and you didn't care.
Pretty Ricky, what they call
You
it.
said, I had to have him.
Right.
And you know you're in a relationship.
Right. Right.
Unhealthy. These are unhealthy signs of a relationship.
Yeah, 10 unhealthy signs. So we gave you 10 healthy, 10 unhealthy. Hopefully some stuff that you can go back and you can evaluate and see where you are, make sure you're healthy. You heard the unhealthy ones. If anything is being displayed, either in you or in the person you with, maybe some conversations need to be had. If you're not married, this is the best time to get divorced.
Yes. It's the best time to kind of go through the list. And then again, like, share, and subscribe. And if you need us to send you the list, shoot us an email or shoot us something on the well, never mind, on emails. No, I'm kidding. Email us and let us know you need the list. Or you didn't write down there, because I'm sure we got some note takers out there.
Real quick, Afia says, listen, I experienced all 10 of the unhealthy signs of relationships, but I've been single for years.
You need to stay single. And you need to stay single. If you getting all of those, then you attracting the wrong people. Something wrong with you.
Oh.
Afia, we need you to come in here and sit down on the couch so we can talk to you about, we're going to send a plane to where you at? Was she in New York?
Yeah, it's in New York.
Oh no, we ain't coming. We ain't doing that. No.
We get you on the Zoom call.
But seriously, if you going through all of these, then she may be just kidding.
She may be kidding, but she said, you know what I'm saying, she's pulled back from relationships so she can heal too.
Because what's going on with her? What is going on with her?
Okay, she says, hello, I told you I healed from that.
From all 10 of them? You probably healed for 1 or 2 of them. You ain't healed from another 8.
Oh my goodness.
Was she the one that pushed that came that was at your house for the party? Have I seen her? Have we met her?
No.
Okay.
No.
There was somebody else that came up that was about this tall, trying to talk noise.
Oh, you talk?
I thought that ain't her.
No, you talk about. I know you talk about Monique. Monique been listening too, so you talking about Monique.
Monique friend, was it Monique friend? Wasn't it?
I think so. Oh, I know you talking about. I
was like, girl, my security was in the bathroom or something.
Final thoughts. All
right. So my final thought for this evening is, like we said at the beginning, everybody kind of rushes into relationships, but it would appear we need to take a little more time to examine ourselves before we enter into a relationship with somebody else. Man, if you got issues, and I often say this, but I may not say it enough, it would be nice if a person could get the best version of you, but you can't expect the best version of you if you can't expect the best version of somebody else if you're not giving them the best version of yourself. Take time to heal, like the girl said earlier, the guest said earlier, she had been through all 10 of the things, all 10 of the healthy relationship things. I think most of us have been through them, but what are we doing about it? We don't need these just to be bragging montage for I've been through all of them. We need you to be as braggadocious about you healing and getting through them and in another relationship. Okay? Because everybody needs somebody. And again, we love you guys and y'all be blessed. And that's my final thought.
I would say you need to be very self-aware. A lot of times our self-awareness is not at the level that it needs to be. You need to know if you're going towards some unhealthy signs personally. John said, expecting, some out of somebody else, but you got to start looking at yourself. But you need some kind of self-awareness about yourself. And we need to detox. Our culture, our society is not conducive to healthy relationships. So you need to detox from a lot of the stuff that we watch, a lot of stuff that we listen to, a lot of stuff that we expose ourselves to, if you're going to go into a relationship and do it the right way and have a healthy relationships. You need to find people around who exhibit some behaviors that you want to model. Not to say you want to copy them, but they exhibit some behaviors that you want to model and kind of pick up on that. But self-awareness, be aware of yourself, be aware of when you're not good and when you are good, and know how to communicate that to somebody else. Communication is very, very key. And let me say this, communication is something that you always have to do. It's not a one-time fix. It's a tool that you use for maintenance of your relationship. So don't drive 10,000 miles and don't get that oil changed. You know what I'm saying? Service your relationship often. That's my final thoughts.
And have some sex. Don't be so man, listen. Y'all be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Because we trying to help people, man. And I know you got friends. Everybody has those friends that you like, oh my God, their relationship cannot be healthy. But then you need to make sure they get the show so they can listen to it. So perhaps you'll be a help to them. Because we want to be a help to as many people as can, right? Exactly.
Make sure you subscribe to our podcast, the audio version. You can find it on Apple, Google, Spotify, all the podcast platforms. You can catch us there. So when you're doing your working or whatever, you just need to listen to something, you can check us out and listen to us that way as well. Listen, everybody, we definitely appreciate y'all stopping by to be with us tonight. We're going to see y'all next week, back here next Monday. We appreciate y'all. Peace out.
Be blessed.